Yeah.
Okay, the next one is stupid. I don't know where I saw this, but basically, we're all living in a Capri Sun, and the sun is like the straw.
Oh my god.
What kind of? That's not even a conspiracy. What is that?
Who would poke so many holes in a Capri Sun? All right, Jacob, take it away, sir.
Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to have you on today. So happy to have you listening.
I had to change it up
a little bit. I always have to.
Come on, yeah.
Keep you on your toes. Not completely sure what episode this is. This may be back up, maybe episode 86, which is kind of shocking. Like 86 out of 100. That just
We're getting closer.
makes you
One
shocked.
step closer.
We're doing another one this week too. So
Probably.
Yes.
At least we are.
We're breaking a milestone about every week now. Now it seems like
and we have the Owls one still too. That we're never gonna post.
we're never gonna
Probably.
post that one.
Ever.
We're never
We're
gonna post.
see it.
Probably not.
The funny thing
No.
is, Jacob, I could see you going in a mirror and practicing like, "What's up, guys?" Just looking at yourself and pointing.
Oh, that's how
What's
I
up? Yeah, I don't know why. I could actually see you doing that.
What's up?
Yeah, I could see him doing that.
It's my alarm in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like a
And then-
What?
I'll
He
wake
does
up
it
and
while
I'll
he's
start
brushing
like
his
saying
teeth.
it with the alarm.
You need to make a clip of like every single time Jacob does that. Like, just put them all
Yeah,
together.
smash
What's
Like,
up?
the
What's up?
what's up?
What's up?
Have you seen those videos where it does it once, and then it splits into two, it does it twice, and it splits into four,
yeah.
then to 8, then to
Yeah.
16, then to 32, then to 64, and
They do that with
Um,
Joe Rogan a lot. There's a
it's
certain
cool
phrase he
'cause
says a lot.
if you do it so uniform, Jacob, that'd actually look pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
But anyways, we got a wonderful guest on today, Julia.
Hi.
So, is this your first podcast?
This is my first podcast. Yep.
I can tell with that mic movement.
Yeah, but I don't know what to do with this.
all right, we're supposed
Hold
to be
it.
nice.
I like to
Hold
set
it
it down
on.
on my big fat gut and just hold
Yeah.
it.
That's-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is potential to be a backup right now. Jesus.
I like the versatility.
If you want, you want to just hold the mic, would that be more comfortable?
I think it would actually.
All
How
right.
do I?
Do you
All
want
right,
to help?
so you guys are gonna hear a little blip.
No,
okay,
we'll just pull it to the bottom
Oh,
of the
that's fine
cord.
too.
Hi.
Watch. Make sure the switch is still on. Yeah. Make sure the
Okay.
There you go.
there,
Alright.
and then you just hold it like normal.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I like this better already.
It's
Awesome.
good. It's good there.
Yeah, I used to do this for ages.
We're all good. All right.
You
we're
did
back.
like sit there like that. I like this.
One of
just-
these days, I'm just gonna hang it. WWE announcer.
WWE style.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to rumble.
You know what song's
Copyright,
been
we gotta
stuck
be
in my
careful,
head
man.
for so long? Have you guys seen the Eagles linemen do the Christmas?
Sing it, and we'll try to guess it.
You never seen? I don't.
I've heard about it. I haven't.
Yeah,
I've
seen
heard
him.
he's good. but
I've
that's
heard.
it.
I've heard that. Many
It's
times.
White Christmas.
Oh, is it good? Did they do
Oh
well?
yeah, he does.
I heard
the,
it's
the
a-
one guy, one of their linemen was on the Masked Singer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
What?
so he absolutely kills it.
Did he win?
No, I think he made it pretty far. I don't think he ever ended up winning, but he was actually really good. He's a really good singer because it goes from what's his name, Jason Kelsey, who can't sing at all, to him who can, and he sounds amazing.
Jason Kelsey has a podcast.
Yeah, dude, their podcast is good.
It's good.
I mean, I think they should hop on.
We'll set up a call.
We could do some Oklahoma
I
jokes
mean, I,
before we
I
start.
probably won't be able to get on with the jersey I'm wearing, but
It's tough.
That'd be fine.
No, their
It'll be fine.
podcast is really cool, especially
Yeah.
when they have like other NFL players on. They just talk the
Mhm.
entire time.
That'd be so nice to have like
Connections. Just go to
Connections
lot.
like
yeah,
that.
you want to hop on our podcast or something? So easy.
I'm just gonna start emailing people. I think pretty soon.
Just start emailing.
I thought about that recently. So
That's
I,
gonna sound so creepy. Hey, come out to this cabin in
No
the
way.
middle of Ohio.
Let me set up our camera.
We'll
Is
set
that-
up a call. And we'll do stuff.
is
like
that how you felt, Julia?
A little bit.
But
If I
Go to a
remember
remote
correctly,
cabin in the woods.
you told me, "Hey, when am I gonna be on the podcast?"
I probably did say that.
That's what I remember.
yeah, like
Probably.
we sound weird telling people to come out to the woods, but they're the ones that wants to come out to our cabin in
That's
the
like a-
woods.
Yeah, yeah.
So
There was a real address, so it's like, well, it can't be that fishy.
yeah.
Come out to our
I
cabin
did
in
that
the
on
woods.
purpose.
set up our
I didn't. I
camera.
was gonna just say like, this road, and then you just park, and we'll take you down the trail. No, just,
No,
I'll just wait
No.
until you get there, and then
I
we'll walk.
texted her beforehand. I'm like, the trail in the woods might be a little bit muddy, so make sure you bring like a decent pair of shoes you wouldn't care getting mud on.
Bring some the whitest
The
shoes I've seen in my
whitest
life.
Whitest
shoes.
shoes.
So I was
These
like,
are my,
hopefully that doesn't sound
everyday shoes, so I figure, well, they've already seen the worst.
I wore my fancy shoes today.
Real fancy.
I just threw something on.
You know,
What we got planned for today? Mr.
Yeah, so you guys seem to like the Sentinel Island video, which was like 4 episodes ago, 5.
something like that.
It was a while ago. And that seemed to do pretty good, so I think I figured we'd structure it a little bit like that, but not quite so much. I came up with a few topics and I asked Julia which one she would like to do, and she definitely seemed the one she seemed most excited about was conspiracy theories.
Yeah, conspiracy theories.
And I don't remember asking her to, but I think she's gone above and beyond, and she's prepared some for us.
They're cheesy, so.
Well, that's fine. That's
Are they
usually what we do
believable?
around here anyways.
Yeah, 2 of them I think are.
Oh,
Kind
That's all we
of.
need.
Okay. All right. Wait, we can talk about that. And then, after that, we'll just... I have another big one that we could do, or we can delve into some other crazy ones. Jacob said he's got one loaded up in the old noggin for us.
Jacob
which-
literally just came up with it on the spot that he just thinks is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but it's
we,
Jacob.
We already know that's what it's gonna
Come
be.
on, it's Jacob. Like the past 3 clips that we've posted on Instagram have been his jokes, man. It'll be good.
Well,
He's
yeah.
just
Well,
like the
except
most
from-
outlandish stuff.
Well,
Devin's was...
I was even thinking the last one. Like, it was his joke, but it was kind of Luke's at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think last one was
He's a
more
good
Luke's
catalyst
reaction.
for humor. That's what I'll call him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He's something.
so, I guess we'll... It's
Well-
been unorthodox, but did you want to...
Before we get into it, follow the socials
please.
and do everything.
I know.
Subscribe, hit the notifications. Follow if you're listening on Spotify or any other podcasting app. It really helps us get noticed. We appreciate it a lot. Instagram is speaking_sporadically, and our TikTok is just speaking sporadically. Luke's not here to do the social side to take over. But yeah, we appreciate you guys being here, and
Absolutely.
stick around, stay a while. Go back, watch all our old episodes, and we'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Take it away.
All right. So, like I said...
And if you want to be on, just let us know.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're going a little bit unorthodox. We're actually going to hand it to Julia
I don't. That's.
to give us the first one, and then we'll
Yeah.
go from there. All right.
Yeah,
That's
we've
some heavy
decided
stuff.
No
that
stress. No
yeah,
stress.
We decided
worry.
that only Julia is going to speak for the next 25.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know if
Everyone,
Say it.
mics down.
Say last night we did that with the 3 guests kind of leading, and I think it worked
Yeah,
out pretty well
worked out
actually.
pretty
It
good.
did good. Well, that was a good. That was a good crowd for it.
It really
Yeah,
was.
I
We
don't
had
think
we had a
we're
lot
the
of fun
right
last
person for
night.
that.
Jason kind of
We'll-
threw out
we'll
some
figure it
host,
out. Okay.
host material there.
Yeah, he
so-
did. High key. I mean,
Every time Jason,
however,
on, man. Like,
however many times he's been on, though, he's been on.
him and Ev and Elle have so much charisma when it comes to speaking like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
They're really
it's
good.
very enjoyable.
They're my
last night.
favorites to have on.
Check it out once it gets posted. But
Okay. So my first one. Have you guys ever seen the Bob Ross TV show where he would
Yeah.
paint the
Yeah.
scene?
yeah,
Okay, so I heard this theory I don't know, a year ago. Basically, you've probably heard this one. That each scene that he painted, each scene that he painted is where he buried his bodies. Sorry, that's so
that
dark.
went
That's
way,
dark.
that went way farther than I thought.
That one's so
So
dark.
I've seen.
Not Mr. Positive Energy.
Yeah.
They
I-
talked about-
Happy little trees.
We've talked about his energy drinks.
I
It's
know.
literally called Positive Energy.
Yeah.
wait, Bob Ross has
He
energy
has
drinks?
energy
Yeah.
drinks?
Yeah.
What?
It's called Bob Ross Positive Energy, and it's an
Yeah.
energy drink. We've
It's
looked this
pretty
up.
cool.
I
Yeah, we
remember.
have.
We've talked about this before. They're dope. You can get them on Amazon. They're kind of expensive, but
Is that before or after he killed and hid bodies?
I mean,
Yeah,
I know.
We don't
what
know.
I
the-
heard that and I was like,
Okay.
because they look like real places, so
Yeah.
it totally makes sense.
What I've seen of it is when you take when you look at the images and you overlay them, and then you go one to the next, to the next, to the next, to
It's
the
like
next.
a journey.
It's like a
Yeah, it's a
journey.
journey.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's what I've seen.
But it's like a journey to the end of where.
Where X marks the spot.
Yeah,
I mean,
essentially.
it's a
Maybe
map.
there's just one body then.
if
Maybe.
these were the actual place where he buried his bodies, kudos to him because
Yeah.
those are beautiful.
It's
Like,
bold.
imagine going through all that work to
Kudos
this.
to him.
This spot is great.
He
Dude,
also
what if
has,
as he's he's in front of the camera, right? What if behind the camera the dude's just tied up? He's just painting
Ooh,
I'm gonna put you here.
PBS did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put
But he
you-
also has he's got to have countless pieces of work. I mean, in the 5,000s, I would
Absolutely.
assume.
Yeah.
How many episodes did he have?
I don't
He had to have ran a lot.
But I've seen the clips where they put a bunch of them together, like you said, and
Yeah,
move
it's
them
a
through real
journey.
fast, and they go for 30 seconds.
Awesome.
And they're doing one. per
and
frame.
it's quick. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So
I think it's really cool. Dude's so
that's
talented.
a crazy take, though.
yeah.
Yeah, that went. That went.
Is that-
Certainly an interesting take?
Is that
Yeah.
one of your possible ones that you think are realistic?
There's
Or
no way.
I don't know because there's like you said, there's too many paintings, but it kind of makes sense.
He was in Vietnam, I think. Was it Vietnam?
I did not know
I
that.
have no
Really?
idea.
Yeah, he was in the
I
He's
military.
that age.
He was in the military. I don't want to get it wrong, because respect to him. I don't know.
I don't know.
Get the wrong thing.
respect to
Absolutely
him
love-
and the military if he wasn't. But,
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
I absolutely love watching him when he dips his brush in the water. And he's like, all right, then he's gotta slap the devil out of it.
I can't focus on too many things at the same time. I tried to look it up. The only word I typed in was Vietnam.
You're getting there, Isaiah. Vietnam, Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Nah, I just looked up Bob Ross.
Or you guys ever listen to it when he's scraping the canvas with a
Yes.
knife?
It's so
Oh
satisfying.
my goodness.
It's like, what was it? ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff.
You mean asthma?
ASMR.
Asthma?
Does anybody actually know what ASMR stands for?
Autonomous. Autonomous sensory meridian response.
I think
Yeah.
it's
What?
Auditory.
That's
Yeah.
not
Auditory.
autonomous.
Autonomous.
Auditory.
Oh, it's automatically happening.
It's all, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like an involuntary response.
Yeah, but like
So
the
what is it
person-
real clearly one?
Yeah.
It's probably, what is the other
Auditory.
words? Auditorial, probably.
Sensory. Meridial.
Look it up.
I don't know.
response.
Yeah, I don't know the other words, but
Oh?
I'm sure the A is auditorial.
He was a master sergeant. I got it wrong. He was a master sergeant in the Air Force from 1961 to 1981 in the Cold War.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it's,
Or this battle/war just says Cold War. So he could have been in Vietnam, but he didn't like.
Isaiah was right.
Ha
It's autonomous
I'm
sensory
smart.
meridian response.
You're wrong.
It's ASMR. It's a term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in
'cause it's-
response to specific triggering.
Because it's an involuntary
fake
response.
web page.
Okay.
Fake
False
web
page.
page.
Placebo.
False.
So you were right.
Fake news.
You were 1 for 2. Not bad.
One for
Alright.
2. Well, he was in the military.
What do you guys' vote on the Bob Ross conspiracy?
All opposed say nay. Nay.
Okay.
All in favor say aye.
Oh, I meant to say nay. That's my bad.
Well, we got a nay.
What do they
there.
go? All right, what does it say? I'm not sure what they say after that.
Motion failed.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might be
Or I think
motion.
it's motion.
Motion
table.
denied.
Motion tabled.
Oh, well, table is when you just set it aside for
Oh,
now.
yeah.
So
I think
guess-
it might be denied,
Motion
Yeah.
denied.
and then like moving on.
Okay.
Next time we got to be more clean all at the
Okay.
same time.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's on
All
me.
right. Yeah.
Okay, the next one is stupid. I don't know where I saw this, but basically, we're all living in a Capri Sun, and the sun is like the straw.
Oh my god.
What kind of, that's not even a conspiracy. what is that?
Who would poke so many holes in a Capri Sun? Like when it gets dark, they close the straw up, but all these
Yeah.
little tiny holes are peeking through.
That makes no sense.
I don't
Who would
know.
poke that?
Someone told me that a long time ago. It's not
I
believable.
thought she was going to say in a simulation. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, so that's
We've
odd.
talked
that-
about
Simulation,
Totally
yeah,
makes sense.
simulation is entirely possible.
We've
like
talked.
the ones where
we
we're
talked
like
about that.
Sims for.
Yeah, it's
like,
just
who-
as
who, like,
likely
the-
that we're in a simulation as it is that we're not.
Yeah.
Well, have I talked about this? I think I've explained
yeah,
before.
it's far less likely
As
that
of
we're
right
in a
now-
simulation than we are.
until
Because we would have to be on two ends of the spectrum.
exactly.
Oh, you're
Until-
right.
If
You're
we
right. Yeah,
if
yeah,
we
yeah.
ever create our own simulation where the people are like us, then it's like 99.9%
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Because then
But
we're a
either
part of the.
we are
you
the
know,
very first simulation,
or
or we're the very last. So there's a situation where someone creates a simulation, then their Sims are able to create a simulation, and it keeps
repeats
going down.
million
Yeah,
endless
yeah,
times
you're right.
until it reaches the end.
So
But
say
we
if
have
there's
not
100 of those, it's
Yeah.
less likely that we're either the first or we would be the 100th, so
Right.
1/100th chance.
So right now, unlikely, but if we create our own, then probably very likely.
Yeah.
That's more from a
It's gonna
mathematics standpoint.
It's so gonna happen. Someone's gonna create one where they
there's
have
the game.
where they have at least the illusion of free will in the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That's
I don't
gonna
know.
get into that's like.
Hopefully not in my lifetime, to be
I
honest.
say we just do a maze runner, put everyone in a maze like that. That'd be cool.
Please, dude. That would actually I would volunteer
Besides
for that.
like the disease thing, let's not do that part. But like, just put them in a maze and see if they can get
Yeah,
out.
I'll do that without the solar flares and everything.
Yeah, without that
I'll
part,
take
but
it.
The scorch.
scorch.
All right, we got to vote. We got to vote. We got to.
Capri
We got to vote on
Sun.
Capri Sun World.
Capri Sun World.
All in favor of Capri Sun World, say aye. All opposed, say nay.
You almost baited us.
Nay. I think it's aye first. Usually, is the those
Motion
who
denied.
agree.
Motion denied.
Motion denied. Moving on.
Okay, well, I already explained the Leah Michelle, and that one probably doesn't make sense. So this one is very controversial, I think. The moon landing is fake. There was
I've
a
seen
guy
stuff
at my college campus that set up a whole presentation
On
like,
why it's.
on why it's fake. He had like this
Really?
poster board, everything. Had a whole
Do
crowd.
you know?
I have a picture of it, I think.
So we can basically prove 100% that it is not faked.
Yeah, I've
Really?
seen
Have
that
you seen
before, where
this?
like there was like undeniable proof that it's real, and they
Yeah.
debunked the whole fake
It's
thing.
yes.
I kind of forget
Okay.
what it is. But
I know what it is. So basically, I don't know who's going to edit this one, but it would be handy to have the picture. If you look at one of the few pictures they took up there, right,
Yeah.
you can see the shadows cast by the sun onto the astronaut and the flag and everything. And the thing about it is, those shadows are to the 0.00000 or whatever degree are parallel. And that can only be created by the sun, which is millions and millions of miles away. If they were in a studio, it doesn't matter how far they put that light. We can't create a light that from that far away would create parallel shadows. Because if you have a light right here,
You can edit a photo though.
and then
okay.
not in 1969,
And you can't edit live video.
and you can't edit
That
live
well.
video.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
also
In
true.
1969.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, when you have a light here and then say the microphone's here, it'll like pan out basically the shadow. But these are all, and if you have something else here, then they're gonna like shoot out like this, but they're not gonna be parallel. And all the images show parallel shadows.
Okay.
My biggest thing for us, I think, if it was fake, Russia would have found out and called us out on it in some
Absolutely.
way due
They
to
never-
how competitive
They never
it
said
was.
anything.
That's
Because
for
that's
sure.
what people say it's fake for, because they were trying to get Russia to spend more money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like if Russia got there and there was
wasn't not a
no,
flag.
unless
Mhm.
Russia hasn't gotten there, and
Well,
it was
other,
all
other
cooperative.
countries, I was gonna say, have definitely gone to
Been
the
up
moon.
there.
Besides
Unless they're
US.
just saying that.
They're all lying.
unless everyone's
Unless they're just
lying.
saying it.
Yeah.
Now you could fake it, but it would actually be hard. You could fake it in certain places in the world, I should say, but it would be still hard to like do it convincingly because there's so many different ways to trace a doctored photo and a doctored image, especially when you have like CGI and stuff. It's super easy to like find that.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
identify
These
it
days.
and everything. So. Especially at that time, they could not have faked it. Actually, there's a meme going around. It's like moon landing was faked. They use CGI or whatever, and it's like CGI in the 1960s. It's like this
Yeah.
big like 2-pixel shark coming in. Yeah.
It was the clay that you had to move, take a photo of. move,
Claymation.
take a photo.
Yeah.
Stop motion or whatever.
Stop
Yeah.
motion, yes.
Yeah,
Like-
big,
but
big props to Isaiah because I looked up is like proof that the moon landing was real, and the first one was Shadows in the Moon Landing
Yeah.
about the parallel and
I really like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Smart.
I like him.
Is he the one that got rid of Pluto? Or is that the other guy?
I don't know. That was a while ago.
I don't know that either.
I never really cared much that Pluto was a planet or not.
yes, it was Neil deGrasse
It was
Tyson.
deGrasse
was.
Tyson that did that.
Because I know that from a big, from a Big Bang Theory scene.
I
They're
figured-
He got so mad at
yeah,
it.
he's that's like, you're the guy that got rid of Pluto. I liked Pluto, and they got mad at him.
I figured there's got to be a way for a scientist like that to get so famous. That was, so
That's
that would
definitely
be
it.
a nice way to do it. No, I never cared either way that Pluto was a planet or not. No,
Imagine if you did have like a
because there's
big-
moons from one of Jupiter's moons is bigger than Pluto. Do you know that?
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, how is
But it's
that
in-
not a planet?
Because it's in orbit around another solar body.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
not the sun. I think that's one of the prerequisites. It's gotta
Isn't
follow,
Pluto going around the sun?
but it's not big enough. So
Okay.
it checks one box but not the other. I think is why.
Yeah, it's like considered.
So
an
it's just a
asteroid.
moon now?
I think it's
No, it's yeah.
Or is it a
It might just be
dwarf?
an astral body.
Yeah,
I think we call it a dwarf planet still.
Yeah,
which is
probably.
kind of half there.
Give it to it a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, what was another argument they said for the? I mean, there was a guy that did a presentation. Did he talk about the flag and how it was?
Yeah,
weighted?
he
Yeah,
did
I
talk
saw
about
that
the
one.
flag.
Well, there's solar energy. The moon has basically zero atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
So there is the sun gives off energy, and when there's astronauts there, and especially that they're kicking up all of the, what's it called?
The moon
The
dust?
moon dust. It's called
Regolith.
They're kicking up. Thank
Yeah.
you. They're kicking up all the regolith.
Why do you know that?
Why do you know that?
Just him, bro.
Well,
it's gonna move things.
I'm reading it right now, actually, because this was right when you guys
Yeah.
said that. I showed it to Trey. I bumped him
Yeah,
to watch
yeah.
the video. Is it talked about the wind, and it said
There's solar winds.
There, solar winds exist.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin saluting the flag, whatever, famous photo.
Mhm.
There's no atmosphere on the moon, so there's no wind, right? Blah, blah, blah. It said if you look at the image in particular, along the top of the flag, you'll find the answer. There is a pole at the top of the flag that will keep it, like, waving. And you can see it.
Oh,
I'll pass
really?
it around.
So it'll.
If you look at the top, so the pole is like an L, so it will always be spread. And you can see it on that photo, where along the top, it does look like there's a pole there. So
Oh, that's how it keeps it
That
spread.
makes more
Not necessarily. It
sense.
doesn't move it, but it keeps it
Yeah,
spread.
it's not like waving in anything. It's
Right,
just
Right. Yeah.
'Cause, like,
So
for-
it's-
if it
Otherwise,
was-
it would just like.
yeah, there's still probably, I'm sure, a little bit of solar winds or kicking
Yeah.
up dust and stuff, which moves it a little bit. But
and
No,
the
it's not
the fact that
solar.
they just set it up as well. They set it up, planted it, and they took the picture. Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
so
But, yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So it's definitely,
Debunked.
I mean, without a doubt. And just the sheer amount of movies that were created on, like, the astronauts and, like, the scientists and, the mathematicians and the government part and Cold
Like
War
in
part.
depth
like,
how they did it and stuff.
The museum.
that is not faked in any way. You know what I mean?
But you know what they say? Space is the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Cobain, Can You Hear the Spheres singing songs
Station
on
to station.
oh wait, you can do a try dab.
go under.
We can do a try dab. We can do a try dab.
I'll go.
I don't know how to do this, bro. Oh yeah, I'll get
No. Oh yeah.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
All right.
So,
Okay.
So all in
Just say
all in
moon-
favor of the moon landing being fake, say aye. All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
God, I thought I was gonna mess up. That's why
I was trying
you
to
worded
think.
it. I was like, should I say aye?
I was trying to think
Should I say
about
aye?
it to how it was originally asked, and I was like, well, originally we thought it was fake, so whatever. Moving on.
I don't really have any more.
Not
I thought you
anymore.
guys were gonna get
So I
more
guess-
into
so
this.
Jacob has one, and then
Yeah.
I could open this bad boy up.
I don't know if I want to say mine.
Is it out there? Is it bonkers?
Yeah, dude. So
Yeah.
pretty much, it's the fact that
I
there's
believe
a
it.
pyramid inside the Hoover Dam.
Oh, you did say that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, you
so
said that
what you
earlier.
got going on
Yeah.
after?
Oh, what's your
So
reason?
there's a pyramid there, and it all made too much sense, like with pyramids in Egypt and then the pyramids here. So they covered it up with the Hoover Dam.
I've heard of that before.
Oh.
I don't remember the reasoning, but I do remember hearing.
Well,
it.
there's pyramids. Actually, it's. I'm not even gonna lie. It could be.
Jacob 100% just came up with
no,
that.
that's a real thing.
It could be
I'll look it up.
entirely possible, because
So you know how the government made a bunch of different organizations
Oh,
during the
yeah.
Great Depression to
Yeah, the A-
labor
Yeah.
people, like the
AFP
and-
TWA
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So there's one very specific one that was made to build the Hoover Dam, which was kind of odd because normally it's like the same ones did different things around the country. And the specific one made the Hoover Dam, disbanded, and then kind of all the people just
Disappeared.
disappeared. Don't really see them anymore.
I do have one. Do you guys remember the whole like the pigeons and the birds work for the government?
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That's a popular one.
Yeah. the
Dude,
birds work for the
Incredibles,
bourgeoisie.
Incredibles triggered that so much. You know when they had
Oh
the
yeah,
one
when
where
on
he
the
gets drowned?
island.
That was a spy.
yeah. Well, I have cats that would prove otherwise that have
Yeah,
taken
I-
birds
I
and
have a
No,
pellet.
it's
I have a
thoroughly
pellet gun.
investigated that conspiracy theory to the max.
I have heard that. Someone in my grade
Well,
did a presentation about that.
Yeah, but all of them aren't fake. Only some of them are.
Yeah,
so maybe
yeah.
they got some of the ones
They
that don't.
only, they only do it like in big cities with the big herds of pigeons. They'll put in like one fake robotic pigeon that sits on a wire and just.
I bet there's. If I was like a big company like Walmart, I would make fake pigeons and just put them up and put cameras in them instead of security cameras.
I mean, there's already so many cameras around. They don't even hide it
doesn't really
anymore.
matter.
Well, actually, it's more effective to show that you have a lot of cameras than to hide them, because then you prevent more theft instead of catching more theft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before it happens.
So you as a company, you don't actually want to hide them. You don't want to disguise them.
I feel like if the pigeon one was real, they would have one would have been found by now.
Yeah.
With how
Would've been
long?
debunked.
Like, what are the odds that like one has to
Yeah.
be found if it failed or someone just shot it or
Yeah.
something or like it just fell?
It's hard to shoot a pigeon though in New York City.
Yeah, but it could also like get rained on or like the chip malfunctions in it or something.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
falls. Someone
Yeah.
just finds it.
I love when people say they charge by standing on telephone wires.
Yeah, that is.
It's funny.
All right. Well, how much time do we have in the?
We got about like 6 minutes, but we got to vote on
Yeah.
the Hoover Dam one.
Whoa, we didn't even talk about that.
No, that was the
Yeah,
bird
we
one, I
did.
guess.
We didn't even talk about. Oh, bird one.
All in favor of birds being drones for the government, say aye.
Wait, is it all or nothing here? Like all birds or some birds?
Some. If there
Is
is,
there one out there?
I definitely think they dabbled.
They have. They've tried it. They've tried
they
it.
probably got the
They've
idea.
tried it.
Yeah.
Like,
Low key, it's not
bad idea.
awful. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I know my answer.
let me reword it then.
They kind of have. What was it? There was something during. Was it? It's one of the wars. I don't know if it was one of the World War One or like World War Two or something. But they tried to. I think it was a cat. They tried to tape like listening devices on a cat that could go behind enemy lines. Then the first mission went out, or like the first testing, got hit by a car, so they just disbanded it when it went out.
Sad, dude.
That's what it was. I could definitely say they did stuff with pigeons.
I think they might have like done something with a messenger pigeon at some point too, or a homing
I mean,
pigeon.
if we're just
Homing
talking
pigeon.
one, then yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to think of a better way to
They
word
probably
it.
saw something.
government
on
has a
that, we're
secret
like,
If they
agent.
use it in like everyday
Dedicated.
practices
Yeah,
to
if you're
spy
saying
on.
that's like viable in current use right now, I would probably say.
Like
Yeah.
used against people. That's not effective.
I don't know.
There's no way it can be
No,
effective.
but they've probably tested.
You know how
it.
dumb a pigeon, like an actual pigeon, unless you're talking about like a
Hey,
robotic
homing
pigeon.
pigeons. I think homing pigeons are extinct now.
Yeah.
They were cool, man.
They could find.
Now, have
They
you
were
guys all
awesome.
seen John Wick?
No.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember this.
You remember the guy who uses all the pigeons and all the homeless people to create a network
Oh.
through New York City? He's like
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
kingpin,
Yeah.
and he uses all these pigeons and homeless people to create an information network to communicate.
Well, did you know that gangs? Yeah, gangs actually do that.
yeah.
If you've ever seen
Crazy.
a movie called Training Day, it's pretty popular, so there's a chance you've at least heard of it. There's a gang in whatever city they're in that uses pigeons. They release pigeons to alert everybody on the block that there's a policeman there. So if you see a bunch of pigeons
Smart.
flying by, hide your stuff, boy.
Huh.
Good to know.
All right, Devin.
You reword
What's
it.
the trial?
All in favor of those who believe that the government is commonly using aerial creatures robots disguised as aerial creatures on a daily basis without the knowledge of any U.S. citizen. Raise your hand.
No, because I know about it. So not without the knowledge.
It's not a conspiracy then. If you know about it, then it's true. So, you don't
Well,
believe in the conspiracy. All opposed?
that's a fact.
Say nay. Nay.
Nay.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right.
Very nice. There's only like 2 minutes left. If you still got something over,
So I guess we can just come up.
We can talk about the. I think the pyramid under the Hoover Dam is entirely possible. I don't know why they would cover it up though.
Jacob is dumbfounded because I know for a fact he just came up with that on the spot. The way he's laughing.
I've heard that one.
I think it's
Someone do
in
that.
Despicable Me.
So why would it?
No, they.
Why would they cover it
It
up?
was hidden in like they like painted it in the sky in the movie, didn't they?
Oh yeah, when Vector paints it to look like the sky to hide.
Well, yeah, he put it in his backyard and he painted clouds on it.
That would be such gas, dude.
Maybe it's not that exact one. I know there's one
Well-
about the John F. Kennedy Airport covering up something.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like a weird like hidden thing inside of it. Same with
Yeah.
one of the like New York City subways. There's like a hidden old terminal that they like hide stuff in now. They made a movie on it.
Really?
I don't know.
Jacob's fact checking.
But they're like pyramids in North America.
There's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So
about
I
it.
don't understand why we would hide it. Actually, in the next half, I'll talk about
Watch
one
this.
of those pyramids. You're not gonna watch it. Did you look it up and find something on it?
Yeah.
Well, then it's a thing.
I mean,
we'll watch
yeah.
it during break,
Yeah,
And
I'll
that-
say we'll watch
that
it during break
confirms
and
it.
we'll,
and we'll see if we can
retouch
come
on
back
it.
with more information for you guys. So
Yeah, we'll do a little research here.
well, off to the halftime that we don't have. Stray's here, and he doesn't make them.
Yeah, half the
Stop
time
making
I
me
always
so
forget.
lazy. Just kidding.
Yeah, so you guys will see nothing. You'll just see a cut, and then we'll be back with hopefully stuff on the Hoover Dam. See you in a sec. You gonna cut it here?
No,
Yeah.
right here. Now you're,
Now.
now you're
Just a
listening.
No. What? I don't even have my dogs out right
Yeah,
now.
I know you don't, but you used to have it like every time, and you sit here the entire time like playing with stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I tell you, I went back in a video and edited
Yeah,
the
I
clip
know you
out.
did.
He had
No.
to cut some stuff because he's like, dude, I did not
The
know I
next
was
day,
doing
I
that.
tried to go back and
No,
find
I
it
did
to
that.
save it, and it was gone. It was so sad.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a couple seconds for you guys, a couple minutes for us.
A couple.
Couple. This is honestly one of our shorter breaks.
Yeah,
it's on the
it wasn't
shorter
too
side.
long.
All right.
Okay.
Anyways.
Get
So
into it.
we're just gonna roll into it. So
Whoa.
I did.
Halt.
We got to explain the Hoover Dam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The whole point, the
Yeah,
whole thing they
yeah.
were waiting
So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Pixels, but there's a scene in it where Lululemon Soft, he's in a bar and he yells out, pretty much saying that the government hid a pyramid in the Hoover
Let's just
Dam.
play it, bro.
He just screams it.
Nah,
Yeah.
no, it's.
We could play it.
It's fine.
It's funny. It's a funny
Pass me
scene.
that
The
lip
Wonder
gloss.
Kid or the
Can't
Wonder
we just
Boy.
put it in over top
Wonder
of it
Kid.
instead of playing it over the
You know
thing?
who drew that?
Ben will probably get too much for
Vincent
copyright.
Van Gogh.
No. That'd
No,
be
we
fine.
didn't.
And it,
No,
you
That'd be
can,
fine.
You can put any clip of anything because that's on. Wait, if it's on a streaming platform, can't you technically like use
Yes.
clips and stuff from it?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's
We're
how.
providing
that's how it works.
commentary. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's how that
I think-
works. If
I
it's on,
think-
if it's on a streaming platform or something.
Which is covering up the truth about the ancient pyramid under the Hoover Dam.
So that, stuck in my mind for many years.
I don't know how that stuck
Yeah,
and
I
how
know.
that got you to come up with that idea, but
I just
that's
can't
where it
remember
came
you.
from.
You didn't search it, did you? It just came up on YouTube when you were looking for stuff on the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, I searched on Google and it came
Okay.
up on YouTube.
Who thought to clip that and put it up on YouTube?
It's a funny scene.
funny. Probably
got a
After
ton of
it's just
views.
it's
That's
just
a awesome
funny.
movie now.
Knowing his character and how he's just like so
Yeah.
introverted and scared, but sometimes he lashes out at the big controversial
Absolutely.
The
things.
soundtrack to that movie is just
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
The soundtrack is good. Oh, there it is. All right, so now are we good? I think we covered everything. That was actually
Meeting adjourned.
Got all of our loose ends tied up.
meeting adjourned. Correct. All right. So now I have one, the original one prepared when Julia picked a conspiracy theory. I think the words that I put next to it were ancient flood ?
Yeah.
And I think it'll be fine. I have enough tabs up. I don't need the service. Or I don't need the Wi-Fi. So what I meant by ancient floods was, what's wrong?
Nothing.
What?
Continue.
I'm going to continue. What I meant by ancient floods was there is a
Okay.
All right. Devin, you're that kid in class that makes the faces at people like when it's supposed to be dead silent. Teachers screaming bloody murder and just can you not? You gotta stop. All right. All right.
Love the-
Class is in session. All right. Let's put our thinking caps on.
I hate
that
that
was
so
so
much.
cringy.
I hate
No.
that so much.
cringy.
You're going to say that when you're a teacher, Isaiah?
Hell no.
Be honest.
No way, dude.
You have to record it.
I told Isaiah a couple days I'm just going to show up to his classroom and be like, and he'll tell his students, like, so you're not being watched or like appraised or anything, or not appraised, but
Praised.
What?
What?
What do you mean? Like,
No, there's a word that's close to that he's thinking of. I can tell.
pressure's on. Appraised. I don't know.
You can do it.
yeah,
What are you going to be in the classroom for? What are you going to be in the
Yeah.
classroom for?
It's just to watch you teach.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
fine.
think we've talked about that before.
I don't know, man.
It's just praise.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be cool.
No, it's not that.
It's just praise, right?
It's like evaluated.
Well,
That might be what I'm thinking.
evaluate. Well, appraise is almost the same thing. Anyways, there's a guy named Graham Hancock, and he's famous as a pseudoscientist. He's a professor. He writes books and all this stuff. I don't really like the term pseudoscientist because it implies that he's like just talking about fake stuff, but he's just talking about theories, right? Most of the time, which pseudo means false, right? Like false feet or whatever, and
Yeah.
cells, whatnot. But the stuff that he's talked about, that at least that I've seen, it could be a conspiracy theory, but it also looks so true. So I'm on his webpage right now. But he has a documentary series, or I guess it's just a
on
docuseries
Netflix.
on Netflix called Ancient Apocalypse. I didn't even know that.
You didn't
How did you not know that?
I was gonna say that looks like a touchscreen.
Sweet, dude.
Dude, I love touchscreens. It's so
Yeah.
it's so fun just to like be able to just.
Yeah.
Can it bend all the way around?
Don't touch those. Those are important. Don't hit the X, man. I can't get those
Turn
back.
it into a
No, I
tablet.
don't.
Rip it
But
off.
no, that's as far back as it goes.
We
But
could make a good
he's got a docuseries called Ancient Apocalypse, and I started watching. I didn't finish it. I wanted to do my own research after I decided it might be good enough to be on the pod.
Do you want to scroll down? Yeah.
Studios.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. But what is it's about, the docuseries, and he's written a book about it. He's actually been advocating it for years, and he's been not refuted. Nothing's been proved against him, but his work has been largely denied by his contemporaries, which is why he's getting famous now, because they're finding a lot more proof for something similar to what he's advocating for. Basically, he's saying just like the biblical flood with Noah and Noah's Ark and all the animals and the animals by two or whatever the song is.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one flood. Well, it was, but it was worldwide, and there were civilizations previously not known before that experienced the same thing and then wrote the same stories and myths. The thing is, we don't know of those civilizations. We don't think they exist currently because the proof is negligible towards them.
Well, you know what they say. If you're gonna fight like you're the third monkey getting on Noah's Ark, and it's starting to rain.
I actually have heard that before.
That is pretty good. I'll just say I'm a new species, honestly. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm different, man. I'm a subspecies, superclass. I'm a superclass.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so what do you think the? I'm not even gonna ask the question. When do you think the earliest civilization was founded? What was the earliest civilization? Does anyone know?
Mesopotamia.
That's correct. Well, that's
What?
technically not a civilization.
You?
It is
The
civilization.
Utopian Valley.
But you're right with Mesopotamia. It's that area.
Civil is okay.
It was Sumer in Mesopotamia, and that was founded officially, according to us, 3,100 BC. 3,100
It's
BC.
BCE to be correct now. It's supposed to
BCE.
be.
You're right.
BC.
Yeah, 3,100 BC. It was a long time ago. That's about
Can I
5,000.
Can I go to a little
What? Do you have
fun
an option?
fact about the BCE?
I'd
Do you
love
guys?
to.
Nah, I could be wrong, so I could sound like an idiot, but I don't
Yeah.
think I am. You know what BCE and BC and all that stands for, and why it got changed?
Before.
I thought it was
before Christ.
Common Era.
So
BC was before Christ,
Before
but obviously
Common Era.
that based on
Mm-hmm.
now it's before Common Era, and now it's the same thing where it's AD was after death,
And now it's
Anno Domini.
and now it's just I think CE,
well, no, it
just Common Era. Like
Oh,
I
it
think
is.
right
Yeah.
now,
It is Common Era
I think
now.
right now we're like in
actually AD
2023
never
CE.
meant. I don't. Oh, it might have meant after
think it-
this,
I
but
think
it's
It
But there
it
was
both
another name. It
correlated.
was like on
Well, I think that's
or
just
something.
the Latin.
Oh, is that
phrase
just a
of
Latin
it, which is
version?
weird because BC we've never heard that Latin, but
they changed that to fix like the 30-year gap that it created,
Mm-hmm.
or to be culturally neutral.
I'd probably
I think
say
it's
that
probably
too.
like-
Culturally
Culturally
neutral
neutral.
to be the
Yeah.
start.
I never
But-
thought about the 30-year gap though.
there is. Yeah,
That's
there's a-
weird. 33 years.
I can't remember. I think that's what the
I think
it's 33.
menti thing is. That might be what that is.
Probably.
Anyways, I think it also fixed it. I think you're right.
Cool.
But
Two birds, one stone.
so that means, according to our most up-to-date historical data, human civilization, not just humans, but human civilization, has only existed on Earth for about, like 5,000?
Plus 2,000, like 7,000.
So it was 3,000 BCE, and we're in 2000 right now, 2020. So it's only been like 5,100 or 5,123 years ish, give or take. And Egypt was founded around the same time, actually, as Sumer. So we're gonna clump those two together for later if we get to it on this one. We might not. But so that is the earliest time, 3,100 BCE. I don't know if you guys want to remember that or not, but it is kind of important. What Graham Hancock is insinuating by all of this that we may or may not get to, but the general idea is that during the last ice age, when everything melted, then the seawater rose, and civilizations that we don't know of that are gone because they were in low areas got flooded over, and the survivors scrambled to get into the high areas, and they founded other civilizations that we came to know. You know what I mean? So the classic one that I like to think about that could be in a bunch of different areas is Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis, because that one actually tells a story of, well, big civilization, then the gods got angry, it flooded, and then it's gone, which is weird. Others, like the story of Noah's Ark, which I don't know, I'm not up to date on Noah's Ark, but the Bible tells stories of people and like kingdoms that existed predating any civilization that we know of for sure today.
Yep.
So we'll go back thousands of years before we have anything dated and marked. And Noah himself was like 900 years old or something by the time he died. Isn't that right? I know there, or maybe
I
it
don't
wasn't
remember how
Noah.
old he was.
That might have been Abraham.
That
But
was-
I know there were
definitely
like the holiest men, and especially the rulers in the Bible, were quoted to be like almost 1,000 years old.
Yep.
So that explains a little bit of it. But anyways, the funny thing is about it is that there are so many myths all across the world, like even in like South America, that mirror almost exactly what the story of Noah's Ark is, which is curious because if Graham Hancock is right that they're all connected by the melting of the last ice age, then that actually explains the biblical story in a. It won't debunk it as a religious story, but it'll explain it in a real world scientific manner.
Yeah, which it couldn't just be coincidence that every old civilization like that had like a similar story of the same thing happening
Right.
at the same time.
A big thing was the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean Sea is not that deep, and there used to be a lot more islands. That's why it's like basically Galapagos or archipelago, which is an ocean or sea with a bunch of islands in it. There used to be it very well could have been a huge land bridge that connected Europe to Africa. That's closer than the Gibraltar Strait. It could have been just a smaller sea, or even like something similar to like the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And then there were civilizations down in there. And then
Just
when the
got
sea level
flooded
rose,
over.
it flooded and they just moved out. And then they forgot about them. But those cities lived on as myths. We just don't know it yet. And there's evidence for those. There's an island in
What are you doing? Stop.
Malta.
Just click like this.
I think it's Malta. I'm afraid to hit the X, man. I got fat fingers. Malta, Maltus, Altus. I can't remember exactly. But it's in the Mediterranean, and there's old structures that the myth is like giants built it or whatever, which is another theme between the myths, is that giants came in and helped the lost civilizations. So the people that survived, they helped them build the new civilization that we know of today.
Giants.
So,
aliens.
like, right. But
Same
let's
thing.
go back to the timing. So, currently, oldest civilization we have, Sumer in Egypt, and around the Mesopotamia area, 3,100 BCE. The last ice age, the Pleistocene, Pleistocene
agree with that.
epoch,
Yeah, please.
11,700 years ago, which would put it at around 9,677 BC,
It's a big gap.
which is a big gap. And that gap between 9,677 to 3,100 is bigger than the gap between now and Sumer in Egypt being founded. So if this is true, which we do have a little bit of evidence of previously built structures, but we just can't date them very accurately because floods and stuff like that happen.
Yeah.
And the civilization is just built on top of them. If that were true, that would double the civilization footprint that humans have had. Like, it would
Would have
double our
left.
historical information. Well, not information necessarily, just our knowledge of time and how myths came about.
Well, that would be the civilization footprint we have. Not just
Civilization,
us
not
as-
not existence,
yeah.
because we obviously lived in the
'Cause
Ice Age.
They can
Yeah.
they can put us back about 12,000 years as being nomadic.
Yes,
Yeah, and that was
yeah.
it
When
originated in what, Africa, right?
Yeah, we came from Africa, went all the way up to Europe,
Yeah.
across Asia, across the land bridge.
When Alaska
And
and
that was-
Russia were connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was ages ago, and that was during the Pleistocene epoch, which lasted a long time. So a lot of things could happen during the Ice Age itself, and civilizations could have popped up because it began 2.6 million years ago and only ended 11,000 years ago. So it wasn't that long.
I mean, think about everything Sid the Sloth did.
Right, yeah. There were humans in that one. That proves it, basically. Yeah.
Ice Age is a historical movie.
Right.
I thought it was a documentary.
I thought so too.
Did you really?
Is it not?
I choose life. No thanks.
Okay.
But that's the general idea, is that there were ancient civilizations that predate the ones we currently accept as the oldest ones. And as the Ice Age melted, sea levels rose, and then those were destroyed. The surviving people created myths about how they got their civilization, like origin stories, just like Noah's Ark and all these other ones. And we're just now beginning to find all these things about, or find out all this evidence about it. So I don't know how much time we have, probably a good amount. But I don't remember all the places, but I remember at least two. There was one in, except for the one in the Mediterranean, they covered that one. There was one in Indonesia, the cover up. Yeah. Well, we can talk about that, sure. There was one in Indonesia, where there was, and all of them have pyramids, which is weird. And like they're pretty similar, like the blocky ones like you find in like Mexico.
Yeah.
There's one in Indonesia where we previously thought it was so many years old, but then we dig farther down and we find chambers, and then we look at the mountain itself, and all of a sudden the whole mountain is what used to be like a bigger pyramid that they just kind of sat something on top of years afterwards. And then they look at where the sea levels used to be,
And it correlates to that.
It correlates exactly, like sea levels rose, and then only that top bit was left.
So they built on top of
And
it.
they just built on top of it.
Mhm.
There's one
nice.
in Cholula, Mexico, which is the oldest populated city in Mexico, where it's the same deal. It's basically just a big mountain now, but you can still see what's left of the pyramid that we know about from, I think it was the Aztecs that built there.
Yeah.
It's a fun word, Cholula.
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 Quetzalcoatl. That's another fun one. That's what the pyramid was dedicated to. They worshipped Quetzalcoatl at that city. And we thought that was just all it was for the story.
Yeah.
Turns out, actually, this one's kind of funny because there's a Christian missionary at the top. Then there's the Aztec pyramid in between that it got built on top of. And then we just found out that underneath it, there's like tunnels and everything that people have known about, but they thought the Aztecs did it. That we find out that like the architectural style and the masonry style is
It's
different than
completely different.
anything that they've seen in South America. Not the Incas, not the Mayans, not the Aztecs. And they date it back, and they're like not tribes, the civilizations in South America had not been around for quite that long. Like they started up in the Common Era, like 600 or whatever, 300, 600 Common Era. But so they figured it was just like a few hundred years before that. Way before they figured out that the Aztecs came there and it was already like a deserted place, and they found like an aqueduct system and everything. So this civilization was very advanced, and they found art and everything there. I don't think this says it. Yeah, they found art and everything there, and like I said, the pyramid that was already in ruins, and they just kind of set up shop. And then after so many years of them being there, they just kind of covered everything up and just built off of it. So it looked seamless until the Aztec stuff started to deteriorate. But the ancient stuff that was there before them was like stronger or more durable. And it's starting to show through that they were very different styles. That, and the weirdest thing I found about this one in the city of Cholula is on another mountain for years and years and years, like hundreds of years since the Spaniards came in and founded the place and explored. They never once looked at another like hill, only a few hundred, like less than 100 miles away, and there were so many more ruins. And they showed like an aerial view of it. It's so obvious, but no one ever. Probably someone saw it, but like it never just got like reported on a worldwide scale. So that's pretty cool.
It is.
And I don't know about another place. There was. Oh, I could tell about one of the myths about the Aztecs have it. and it goes along kind of with like a Noah's Ark story.
I feel like you did all of this after drinking a Bane like you did last night, just staying up and just going further and further and further and further down the rabbit hole.
I just felt
just
lazy.
like looking up.
Yeah, I felt lazy that day, and I didn't want to feel lazy, so I made myself.
Isaiah took the
do
red
this.
pill.
Yeah, I know.
See how deep the rabbit hole
Right?
goes.
Yeah.
Take the blue pill and go back to reality. Take
But-
the
Oh,
red
I see.
pill.
Yeah.
The
See how far the
Matrix.
rabbit hole takes you.
Ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah,
I figured.
I love the Matrix.
What's that guy's name?
I haven't seen the newest one though. The one that has John Wick in it or Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah. Well, he had it in the. He was in the first one.
He was in the very original.
Yeah, that was Keanu Reeves. He just had short hair.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He just had short hair.
I just blew your mind.
The more you know.
But no, the funny thing about some of these is they have similar stories, right? So in this one with the Aztecs, they have an origin story, and actually it was just one offshoot tribe from the Aztecs. But anyways, they have an origin story that says before the established civilization that we know of, they angered the gods and there was a flood, and there were survivors, and the survivors were visited by a really tall guy. They said he had like a, I don't want to get it wrong, I think he had a snake head. But he was a tall guy with a snake head, and he was a genius. And he helped them establish another civilization. And then when it was established, he dipped in the boat that he came in. But he said he'd come back, which is weird, which models Christianity in a way. It's a different kind of savior, right? Different model. But the flood was there, the God's anger was there, and the guy with the boat was there.
Savior
But then it was
comes,
they added a
leaves.
little bit on top of it, right?
Yeah, similar but not
Yeah.
exactly.
If you go farther down south in South America, there was a tribe that, again, they were refugees from a flood or some sort of disaster. I can't remember if it was a flood or not. But then giants came, really tall, and they were called architects or whatever, came in, and then they helped them build big, huge pyramids that we don't really explain. We can't really explain for sure how they did it, but they said in their myths and their lore that giants came and helped them build it, and then as soon as it was built, they left again. Yeah. There were Greek stories too. I wish I would have put that in a tab, but there were Greek stories as well. There was more to the story of Atlas, and then there was more to the story of what's his name?
Which Alice is the guy that helped humankind, right? He came down and gave fire and all that in theirs,
Yes.
and then got
He gave-
punished.
Yeah, you like had to hold up
Way to the sky. Yeah.
Well, Atlas had to hold up the sky, and then I think Prometheus had to.
Oh yeah, Prometheus was the fire.
Prometheus was a fire guy, and
He
then
got
Prometheus
chained.
was chained to a mountainside.
Where ravens would eat like his liver and stuff
And
every
yeah,
day.
an eagle would
Yeah,
disembowel
Prometheus
him.
is the guy that gave the fire.
Right. I can't remember what Atlas did.
Was Alice the guy that opened Pandora's box? Right.
No, Pandora did that.
No.
I think Pandora did that out of curiosity, the original sin,
Oh, you're
which
right.
mirrors
I've not.
eating the forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
original
Same
sin. Curiosity. It's really funny how all of those line up.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to get cut off at a weird time. But I guess we can open it 24. That's pretty good. We did pretty good.
I'm trying. What did Atlas do then? Why am I blanking so
I
hard?
don't know.
Who's the guy who pushes the rock up every?
No, that
Atlas
was a
holds-
king. A king does that.
Atlas holds the weight of the sky. But I
Yeah.
forget what he did that the
He's
gods
the guy
punished
that
him.
you've seen all those statues.
Do it.
Why am I forgetting?
Put my phone.
Okay.
Devin, you got it?
Yeah, I'm looking it up, bro.
What did Atlas do?
Leaving the Titans in their battle with the Olympian gods for control of the heavens.
So he just fought.
Yeah.
There you go.
Based, not gonna lie.
I was thinking he was more of a Prometheus where he helped humankind, but he was just
No, Prometheus was, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
I guess Prometheus was the only one that did it.
Yeah, because he's like the main general guy, right? Atlas
But there
is-
are a few Greek origins, especially
Oh,
in
wait, wait.
the islands.
For leading the Titans.
Yeah, he was their general.
Yeah.
He's like the main war guy. Yeah.
Wait, Atlas led the Titans against. Oh, because that was after Kronos died, right? Yeah.
Yep. And then they had a Titan god war.
I didn't know Atlas was.
He was like the general.
Got the PhDs in Greek mythology.
Greek mythology is really cool.
Dude,
It
it's
is very,
awesome.
it's very interesting.
It is.
Same with the Roman, but I mean they're pretty much just about the same
I
thing.
still have that book from Miss Shadow's class that we had to buy with all the Greek
All the Greek
mythology
myth.
stuff.
I
That
love
was
that.
sick.
I love that.
That was awesome.
That one was fun.
Huh. I don't
Percy
know.
Jackson and
So-
the
Percy Jackson's elite.
those were good, but the movies were terrible.
They're coming out with a new TV show with that.
Are they really?
Yeah, Percy
Yeah,
Jackson.
Percy
Is
Jackson.
the original guy gonna play?
No, it's like
Oh.
actual like age accurate kids or like 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are they
Yeah.
following? Is it just like a universe, like a cinematic universe thing, or is it going to be them?
What do you mean by that?
You know how like Harry Potter came out with Fantastic Beasts and Where the Fun?
Oh, like
Yeah.
a spin-off? It's
Yeah.
gonna be. It's gonna follow like the main books. Like they're just redoing it.
Oh,
That's cool.
That's
So like
that
it's
would
like
be
a
that bad.
reboot,
That would
pretty
be
much.
better.
So
That'd
you
be
guys,
pretty cool.
You guys know the Heroes of Olympus series that falls?
Those
Those are
were
good.
I've read all of those, but I've only read the first two Percy Jackson books.
Really?
Yeah.
And it made
You-
sense.
You don't. It doesn't have
Yeah,
to.
you don't really
I
need
think-
the original.
I own all those books. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like all those.
They were so
I used to.
When they came out with a spin-off, what was it? Apollo, Trials of Apollo, where he gets turned into like a human for making Zeus mad. And it's kind of like his stuff, which is fun.
He gets turned what?
He gets turned into immortal.
Oh, human. I thought you said Cuban. I'm like, what's wrong with
No.
that? I don't understand. I'm like, okay. You're good at baseball now, I guess. Yeah.
It's like cute. Facts.
What? Oh, come on, man.
I get it.
And you got some nice chains and some nice cigars.
You do have some really nice cigars. Too bad they're mostly illegal. Here.
They are really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imported Cuban cigars are illegal.
There's an episode of Seinfeld where
Really?
Are you serious?
Guys,
Why?
haven't you watched season 2, episode 3 of Breaking Bad?
No, I need to
where
watch
Hank,
Breaking
where
Bad.
Hank,
So
Hank gives them one. He's like, sometimes you just got to break some rules.
Yeah.
why are they illegal? Do you
And then
know?
Walter was like,
I can't
Just-
tell you.
yeah, I have no idea. I don't think they're FDA approved because they don't have
That's
any
probably
filters and like 100% tobacco.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
But
Took a tobacco
Jacob,
leaf,
do you have a
rolled it
full
up, and
series
lighted
of-
on fire.
the Guardians of Gahul. While we're on the
Yes.
topic of, do you have that full thing?
Yeah, I got all the books.
How
All
many are there?
17.
17.
Yeah, 15 main lines and then a
I'm
prequel and a X-cool, a post.
I've seen Guardians of the
cool.
Galaxy. Is that the same thing?
Nope.
No.
I don't know what you
Talking
guys
animals,
talking
I
about.
guess. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm always so surprised that authors
Oh,
can
are those
write
the
so
one
much.
books that were always in the library with the
owls.
animal? Yeah,
And
the
then you have-
owls in the
there's-
front.
there's
I never
dog
read those. I knew
I thought you were
exactly
gonna
what
say
it
that
is.
have dust
Then
on
there's
them or
one- there's
something
one-
like
Yeah,
that.
probably that
Yeah,
too.
there's one with bears and stuff like that. I'm
All
always
right,
so
the one with
surprised.
Bears is horrible.
I didn't read it, but like authors, how do they? I know it's their job and all. How do they write so much?
How do they come up with some of
Crazy.
this stuff?
It is insane. Like, is it Stephen King? Stephen King?
All the like creepy like It movies.
Even other
Yeah.
authors are baffled. Like J.R.R. Martin, who wrote Game of Thrones, I think. He was even like on a panel one time. He was so baffled by how much Stephen King writes, and he's like, yeah, for like 5 pages a day. I'll just try to do that. Well,
And
you add
they're
that up in a
such
year.
thick books too.
You add that up in a year. Yeah, like it.
It's
How
a
long do you-
monster. It's like
Yeah, it's a really long.
it's like 900 pages.
Yeah. And if he's true to that, like, and that was like the average time it takes to write a book, imagine writing it in a little over a year. Oh wait, 5 pages, 300 days.
We've got 50
65.
seconds left.
That's under a year.
You just need some
Yeah,
pre-workout.
1500.
Oh, we might need to add on top. My bad.
I mean, I struggle to read like at all. So
I struggle.
this is beyond me and my smooth brain.
I like reading, but dang,
You need to get some wrinkles, dog.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
it sounds
know.
like we only have a few seconds left.
Yeah, I do need to get some wrinkles. Maybe
That's
after
gonna be my
this, I'll
book
do
list.
something. I won't read it.
Yeah, how
Thank
much
you guys.
should we read? Sounds.
Thank you guys so
Dude,
much
I
for
have a
being
full
here.
list.
We appreciate it.
See if
Go
I
back,
recognize
look at all of our other vids. Thank you, Julia, for coming on.
Oh, anytime.
Yeah.
We had a
Thanks for
great
having
time. Yeah, no problem.
Me. Okay.
That's all we got.
Yep.
Say so.
Until next time,
Have a good one.
stay cool. Go Steelers, too.
Peace.